and welcome to ISTV English News. This is Panorama giving you the news. Let's see the top stories. As soon as ATSUM announces indefinite economic blockade, most of the oil palms close down. Artificial petrol scarcity begins. Now let's see the news in detail. Just as the news of the indefinite blockade called by All Tribal Students Union Manipur ATSUM begins doing the rounds, most of the petrol pumps wasted no time in shutting down the pumps in the state capital. The unreasonable and arbitrary closure of the oil pumps has caused an artificial oil scarcity in the city. The demands of ATSUM include regularization of 286 contract teachers and 333 ad hoc teachers, set up a separate commission for scheduled tribe, filling of backlog post of scheduled tribe at JNIMS and Assembly Secretariat. The union called the indefinite economic blockade on the three national highways from the intervening night between June 22 and 23, as the state government has failed to fulfill the demands made by the union for the last 2 years. In the early morning, some petrol pumps were opened for a short while and provided petrol to the consumers. However, the pumps were closed immediately after displaying the signboard of petrol nil at the respective pumps. Moreover, people were in long queues despite the scorching heat at some other pumps. It may be recalled that ATSUM has already announced that action would be taken up if any pump is found to be selling petrol at higher price by taking advantage of the economic blockade. However, what necessary arrangement has been made by the government in this regard has not been revealed so far. On the 18th day of the Festival of Short and Documentary Films, which were either shown at National or International Film Festival, jointly organized by the ISTV Network and the Cine Directors Guild Manipur, a film entitled Silent Poet of Borun Thokchom will be telecast on ISTV Sangai channel today. The film will be telecast at 7:30 p.m. and 10:30 p.m. on this channel. The film will be repeat telecast at 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. tomorrow on the same channel. The premiere show of the 12th production of RC film production entitled Sarayhal was held yesterday at Sankar Talkies Hall, Lamphel. The story, screenplay and producer of the film is Laima and directed by Ranjit Laikuram. Director Ranjit said the film is based on the issue of child labor. In connection with the destruction of the Maira Paibi set of Uripo Kumanthem Laikai on the evening of June 20, a sit-in demonstration was held by the local residents of the areas covered by the Imphal Western Club at the indoor hall of IWC. The club strongly condemned the incident and many resolutions were adopted. The resolutions included ban on buying and selling of drugs and gambling in the area. The government remaining as a mute spectator in the gambling melas which are going on in every nook and corner of the state is highly condemnable. This was stated by Information and Publicity Secretary of AMSU, Laimayum Surbala, in the press release. The AMSU further said, the organizers of the Mela seek permission from the concerned Deputy Commissioner with fake names and the DC too approves it. Apart from the items approved by the DC, the stall owners do not disclose certain items related with gambling. Meanwhile, the union drew the attention of the authority concerned to monitor the Melas properly. The press release further pointed out that some organizers even promised financial assistance to the local clubs in Maira Paibis. This is very unfortunate, which leads to degrading the values of Maira Paibis and clubs. AMSU appealed to the government to ban all such gambling melas with effect from June 25. The union also appealed to all sections of the people to cooperate with AMSU in banning such melas. If any organization is found conducting such mela without prior notices, the responsibility for any untoward incident should be borne by the organization concerned, the AMSU warned. A book entitled Laikang Lagi Likla, written by Jamuna Mayengbam, was released yesterday at the hall of ZEO Imphal West. The release function was held under the aegis of Kanglei Park Loinasilon Apun Bumarup, Upadakshya of Imphal East P. Sundar, members of KLM, including ICSM, took part in the function. Dr. Ampriyo Bhatta released the book. Writer Jamuna said she published the book with the aim of promoting literature in the state to a certain extent. A function to felicitate the students who scored good marks in the Class 10 and Class 12 examinations organized by Khagokpom clan was held at the residence of one Khagokpom Navakishore at Kangla Sagomsang today. Former CMO K.H. Madhumangol and retired headmaster K.H. Tombi were present as the main guest. Madhumangol said, organizing such function is a good step to encourage the students and to show that they are the future pillars of the society. Thangmaiban Assembly Constituency Development Forum, TAGDEV, has distributed meritorious awards to about 300 students who scored not less than 60% in the recent Class 10 and Class 12 examinations conducted by Board of Secondary Education Manipur, Council of Higher Secondary Education Manipur and CBSE. The distribution function was held at the residence of Jyotin Waikom, General Secretary MPCC at Thangmaiban Hijam Laikai yesterday. Commerce and Industries Minister Govindas Konthojam, Councillor of IMC Ward No. 2, S. Binarani, President of the Forum, Jyotin Waikom, and many persons attended the function. The awards were distributed to the students by the dignitaries present at the function. Now let's see some national and international news. A suicide attack has taken place on Afghanistan Parliament building in Kabul. While the details on number of the attackers is not, at least 9 explosions have been heard so far. Parliament is under siege and gunmen are also firing from nearby buildings. According to initial reports, Taliban has claimed responsibility for the attack. The spokesperson to the Afghan Ministry of Interior Affairs Siddiqui has confirmed the explosions and said that security forces have been deployed at Parliament. Security forces have evacuated members of Parliament and journalists to safer locations. Some MPs have suffered minor shrapnel injuries. Television was broadcasting live from the building in the west of the capital, Kabul, when the explosion struck and lawmakers were seen leaving the building. Terror attacks in Kabul have risen in the past 2 months after a lull of the beginning of the year. A city of 3.5 million has never fully stabilized since the US-led war ousted the hardline Islamic Taliban regime in 2001. For weeks, Madhya Pradesh journalist Sandeep Kothari had been haunted by 3 men who demanded that he withdraw an illegal mining case he had filed against him. His burnt body was found on Saturday. On Friday, when Mr. Kothari was on its way to a village in Balagat district on a friend's bike, the men allegedly followed him in a car. They allegedly hit the bike to stop it and took Mr. Kothari away after thrashing his friend. The friend went to the police, after which 2 of the men were arrested. Police sources claim Bisal Dandi and Brijesh Duharwal confessed that they choked the journalist to death inside the car, burned his body and dumped it on railway tracks around 50 km away in Warda in Navri, Maharashtra. They reportedly led the police to the spot where the body was found. A third attacker, Rakesh Naswani, is missing. Meanwhile, the Supreme Court today issued notices to the Centre and Uttar Pradesh government on a petition seeking CBI probe into that journalist Jagendra Singh. Both the Centre and Uttar Pradesh government have to rely on the notice within 2 weeks. Mr. Singh's family members have alleged that he was killed by the police on the orders of State Cabinet Minister Ram Murthy Burma. The Sazahanpur-based journalist was allegedly set on fire during a police raid at his house in Awach Bikas colony of Sadabazar area on June 1. He succumbed to the injuries on June 8. The video footage of dying declaration, which went viral on news channels and social media, shows Jagendra Singh saying, "Why did they have to burn me? If the minister and his goons had a grudge, they could have beaten me instead of pouring kerosene and burning me." The journalist had posted reports on Facebook about illegal mining activities and land grabbing against the minister. 5 policemen have been suspended, but the UP government has refused to sack any of its minister without investigation. Ayurveda, Yoga and Naturopathy Unani, Siddha and Homeopathy Ayush Minister Sripat Nayak on Monday defended the decision not to invite Vice President Hamid Ansari at the International Yoga Day event at Rajpath in the national capital on Sunday. Naik said that, as per protocol, when the Prime Minister is the chief guest at an event, the President and Vice President are not invited as guests. The controversy rose after Bharatiya Janata Party leader Ram Madhav questioned Ansari's absence at Rajpath. Nayak, who was in charge for organizing the Yoga Day event, said, as per the law, when the Prime Minister is chief guest, we don't invite President and Vice President as guests. This controversy should have been avoided. Ram Madhav has apologized, but he should have avoided this. Delhi residents are in for trouble as at least 2,000 doctors on Monday morning went on indefinite strike over several issues, including adequate life-saving and generic drugs. More than 2,000 doctors from 20 hospitals in the national capital, including Safdarjung Hospital, Lady Hardinge Medical College, Maulana Azad Medical College and Ram Manohar Lohia Hospital, joined the strike. Among the other demands of the striking doctors are security at workplace, drinking water supply and timely payment of the salaries. Before we end the top stories once again, as soon as ATSUM announces indefinite economic blockade, most of the oil pumps close down. Artificial petrol scarcity begins. Thank you for watching our news, and for more updates, please stay tuned.